McCloud 25 is a 262 Prairie locomotive built in 1925 by the Alco Locomotive Works. Now being 1 month away from being 100 years old at the time of recording this, she currently resides at the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad in Garibaldi, Oregon. While not as glamorous and famous as SP 4449 or UP 4014, she is my favorite locomotive, and I thought I'd do a little history video about her. 1924 saw the McCloud Railway order 4 Prairie-type locomotives, number 22 and 23 being the first. Either late September or early October 1925 saw the arrival of McCloud number 24 and 25. All 4 locomotives costing $18,450 each in 1925's money. 25 would be in service for 30 years pulling logging trains and general freight. This photo shows 25 battling the snow of the McCloud Railroad with one of its many snowplows. 1953 saw 25's first excursion, pulling a combination of boxcars and 3 cabooses for passengers to ride in. During this excursion, 25 would also handle half a dozen log loads. 1955 would see the 25 pulled from service, being replaced by a GE 70-ton number 1. July 3rd, 1955 would see the 25 pull a passenger excursion on the newly opened Burney branch line. After this excursion, 25 was fully retired from service. Instead of being sent to a scrapyard, she was placed in one of the locomotive sheds at the railroad awaiting an uncertain future. 25 would sit untouched for several years. Around this time, other steam excursions started up around the state of California. Those who knew of the 25 still at the McCloud started writing in asking when she would be back in service. The 25 would return June 9, 1962. The California-Nevada Railroad Historical Society saw the 25 doublehead with the ex-McCloud number 19. A contractor called the Mount Shasta Alpine Scenic Railway ran regular excursions in the summer of 1964, and another contractor called the Shasta Huff and Puff ran the service between 1967 and 1971. 1975 saw the end of the excursions as 25 was transferred to the Tidewater Southern Railway to be used in the film Bound for Glory. A fun little bit of trivia I thought I'd add is Sierra Railway number 3, another very famous Hollywood locomotive, appeared in the same film. After her role in the film, she would be placed in storage. In 1977, the McCloud River Railroad came under new ownership, and the new owners wanted to scrap the 25. President Bill Herndon refused the request, instead negotiating with the new owners. Bill negotiated to have the 25 put on static display at the McCloud Railroad. Before these plans were put into action, the Great Western Railroad Museum stepped in. The museum wanted to lease and operate the 25. 1982 would see the 25 rebuilt. She was now under a long-term lease with the GWRM. The 25's running under this lease would come to an end after her role in the film Stand By Me in 1986. 25 would be withdrawn and stored once again after this film. The GWRM would actually sue the McCloud Railway for breach of contract. In the settlement, they obtained the possession of the 25 and she was stored on the McCloud property still. 1996 would see the McCloud take ownership of the 25 again. 25 would be restored and returned to service Labor Day weekend of 1997. She would see occasional excursions, being the only steam engine still on the McCloud up until 2001 when the number 18 was restored. 25 and the number 18 would doublehead, seeing the return of the number 18. 25 would be replaced by the number 18 and put into storage once again. For 6.5 years, 25 would sit in the engine shed in storage. In 2007, a movie company would see the 25 repaired for a film. This primarily included boiler work to the locomotive. She would be painted in a quite honestly hideous red and black paint scheme. A new cowcatcher was built for the 25, as well as her headlamp on her smokebox door being removed in favor of an old boxy one. My guess is to make her look like an old-fashioned Western engine. The plans to use the 25 in the film fell through in late 2007, and she was put in storage once again, but now fully operational. 25 would be reverted back to her normal guise, and for what I can find, it says she ran 2 excursions for the McCloud in 2008. With much of the McCloud River Railroad becoming abandoned, 25 was soon put up for sale. 25 would be purchased by the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad in Garibaldi, Oregon. In late March 2011, 25 was loaded up on a flatbed truck and made its way to Tillamook, Oregon. 25 arrived at the Tillamook Air Museum in Tillamook, Oregon, 14 miles south of where she currently resides. Her funnel was reattached and she was connected back up with her tender. Her steam dome was still removed at this point. The locomotive went under its first steam test in Oregon. July 2011 saw 25's first passenger service under the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad. And this leads us to 2025, where the locomotive is still under steam and steaming well. She is accompanied by Heisler number 3 and Heisler number 2, which is currently at the Tillamook Air Museum. Polson Logging number 90's locomotive half is still on display at the Garibaldi Shed Yard and is planned to be restored soon when the funds are available. You can visit the 25 for yourself at the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad in Garibaldi, Oregon. As of now, I have visited the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad 3 times, and I hope I can continue visiting and later become a volunteer. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. I know I didn't cover every single piece of the 25's history, just a brief synopsis. I left out things such as the SP-4449's visit to the McCloud and other things. I just wanted to do a little brief thing on this engine because I love her so much and she deserves to be talked about.